Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Attorney Chris Waggener back again for another Lawyer Reacts to Cops Clips video. I'm a personal injury attorney, but when I first got my career started, I was a public defender for a few years, and I just love watching cops videos. So just like the other ones, I've got one queued up for you right here. I haven't watched it. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I'm just going to give my take on it, good, bad, ugly. If you like it, leave me a like. If you have comments, comment on the videos. I try to, reply to almost everybody that comments, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Thanks.
We got a call right now of says it's a domestic. It sounds like it's involving a brother-sister relationship, and the male half of this is broken into a construction office, stole a fire extinguisher, and then is threatening others. Apparently smashed some glass or something. So
they're responding to a break-in at a construction office. Interesting.
One David 2-4. He's around back right now.
All right, so whenever I do these videos, the approach matters. The way that the cop gets involved with whatever the situation is matters. So this isn't a traffic stop. This isn't them just driving down the road and seeing something unusual. They've been 911 dispatch. Someone called 911. Dispatch got onto the radio with these guys and told them the situation. So they're responding already to somebody who's saying, hey, we need the police here. This is what's going on. And it sounds pretty odd. There's a fire extinguisher involved.
Very agitated.
So let's see what happens. So they're yelling. And they're fighting. They're fighting in the middle of the street. It looks like there's there's another police officer. He's got his club out.
Get on the ground! Boys, police, you're under arrest! Get on the ground!
I haven't seen a billy club used in a long time.
Good. Cuffs. Hand.
Bad day for this guy.
Other arm. You good, buddy?
Yeah, he got jacked up.
Hey,
good.
you good?
Hey, roll him up.
You good? Sit up.
All right, so let's talk about use of force. Police officers are, surprise, allowed to use force in order to subdue suspects, not just people that are 100% committing a crime, people that they think have committed a crime. If they need to detain those people in order to conduct their investigation, if they run, if they fight back, the police officers are allowed to use what we like to call reasonable force in order to subdue the suspect. Now, in this situation, to me, it looks like they've used reasonable force. The police officers are allowed to use force enough to, detain the individual. Now, what is reasonable? What is, unreasonable? What's excessive? That's a buzzword that people hear a lot in the news. What's excessive use of force? In this situation, you've got two police officers. They are trying to wrestle him to the ground, or use, maybe there's some martial arts that's getting used there. He did have the billy club out, but the video that we got from the cop's perspective, the cop's cameraman, it didn't look like he'd been hit with the billy club. It looked like they were just trying to, trip him to the ground and then roll him over and get his arms behind his back. That's in most cases, I would say that's going to be reasonable use of force. If they had pulled a gun out and shot him, like that would have been unreasonable use of force. They could have used a taser. They could have used pepper spray, non-lethal means of subduing the suspect, I think would have been proper here. But I mean, frankly, using the billy club to break his legs, to break his arms, to, hit him in the head and give him a concussion, that would have been unreasonable use of force. If they had done some other more violent means of taking him down, that would have been unreasonable use of force. But, I mean, I think generally here, I think they probably did all right.
Just stay right there. Stay right there. You good?
What's that?
You good? Get medics around.
Code forward, 1 and
Don't
fight.
call an ambulance for him, which is smart.
Don't fight. Just relax.
Get him checked out.
Okay? You got knives on you or anything? Huh?
You cannot do this.
Hey, relax.
I have a political asylum.
Okay, relax.
I'm a political person. Hey. I'm a political person. Nazis are attacking me. Nazis are attacking me.
All right, relax.
I'm a political person. I need political asylum.
What's your first name?
I mean, aren't we all political people, right? You know, if you're a citizen of the United States of America, you're going to be, you're going to be political. I don't know what he's talking about with this asylum thing. Frankly, once you've done this job, as long as these cops have done it and as long as I've been doing it, this sounds like crazy talk. Like, does he look like a foreigner? No. Does he sound like a foreigner? No. Does he dress like a foreigner? No. Does that mean that he's not a foreigner? No. He could be a foreigner. He could have asylum. Probably doesn't, though. So he's gonna need to produce some paperwork. But frankly, the guy's probably just crazy, or he's trying to say something that he thinks is going to get him out of it. He thinks that he's going to say like, "Oh, I'm a political asylee," and the police are just going to magically be like, "Oh my gosh, he's a political asylee. Let's take these handcuffs off. Sorry, sir. Go along your way." Like he's crazy. That's not going to happen. Even if he is a political asylee or whatever.
They try to kill me 20 times.
You guys talking about getting killed?
We're going to help you, man.
I need political asylum.
You got to
They
relax.
tried to kill me 20 times.
We're going to help
In
you.
Washington State, I had to flee Washington State.
Relax. Okay, how do I help you?
Take the handcuffs off.
That's not going to happen. But you got to tell me what's in your system.
Nothing in my system.
Hey, Jimmy, could use you over here. You take alcohol?
No.
You take meth?
No.
What's making you
Leave
be
me
like
alone. Take the handcuffs off.
on the side? 1, 2, 3.
All right, so he's
Take
freaking
it.
Stay right
out.
there.
Take
You're
that.
fine. You're all right. You're all right.
Leave
Hey,
me alone. Leave me alone.
We're turning you around. You're good.
I need political asylum. I drank a beer yesterday. I drink a
All right, so what they're doing right now is obviously they're restraining him, but they're also trying to get him medical help because he's clearly having some kind of an episode. Is it drug fueled? Is it just that maybe he's schizophrenic or he's bipolar and he's just having a mental episode? All of these things are running through all of these guys' minds right now. They're trying to figure out what affliction this guy has in order to get him some care right now to not only safeguard society but also to safeguard himself, because when people start freaking out in the way that this guy is freaking out, it's not uncommon for that person to actually hurt themselves. I mean, frankly, his behavior's already got him hurt because he's been tackled by the police. So, they've got to try to figure out, like, if it's drug induced, well, then maybe there's some kind of some things that the EMTs, as they're taking care of this guy, they can administer to him to try to get the drug, to counteract the drugs, to bring him down. Or if he's a mental health patient, if he's off of his drugs, maybe he needs some kind of drugs to help bring him back to reality.
beer yesterday. I smoked some pot in Denver, Colorado. That's what I did. They killed my
This whole thing
cat.
about the asylee,
straighten
you
them out
don't,
if
you
you
don't
can.
become an asylee state to state.
I called the
You become an
FBI and
asylee
you
country
guys
to country.
Does anybody have a spit bag?
Just pull that.
I'm going to my car and sleep. I'm homeless. I'm going to my car and sleep. I'm homeless.
So that bag they're
I'm
putting over his head
homeless.
is a spit
This
bag.
is
It
my
keeps him
car
from
right here. I'm
spitting
going to
on
sleep
them.
in my car. I'm going to sleep in my car. I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I need political asylum. I
So,
need political asylum.
so where we're at now is this is the sister, obviously, that you were talking to
Yeah, so this is the sister he attacked earlier.
today.
Today, broke her phone, smashed her toe.
Okay. I want to ask her a few questions if that's okay.
Yeah, so she refuses to press charges on him attacking her. Her name is Marina.
Marina?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, listen to the tone of their voices. Do you hear the tone of their voices? It's totally different than when they initially responded, right? Because this is a really good window into a world that exists that most people don't see. This happens all the time, what you're watching right here. This poor guy is, at this point, I've just got to believe that he's a mental health issue. The sister is dealing with this on a regular basis, right? Did you hear what they said? The sister's not going to press charges for him attacking her, for destroying the phone, because this is how this guy, unfortunately, this is just how the guy is. He needs some kind of help, and it's not being taken to jail, right? And so these guys know that. The cops understand that. They know that this is bigger than what they are able to do. And unfortunately, though, because of the, oh, look at that, it's Boise. I see you see the cop right there. It's Boise. So they're in Idaho. Unfortunately, this is what the police deal with a lot of. This is a really common thing on the day-to-day that the police deal with. They deal with guys like this that are just having mental breaks, and they just get arrested, and then they're in the system for however long they're in the system for, and then they're released until they have another break, and then they do crazy stuff again. They lash out violently, and they get picked up again. So he's been picked up again. And I'm sure the sister probably just wants him to get help, but the state can only provide so much help. Like mental asylums don't exist anymore. So, at least in the state of Florida, what happens is they're put into they're what's called Baker Acted, and they are for 72 hours. They're monitored by psychologists and psychiatrists, and they're put into a secure location with the other Baker Acts, and they're administered drugs to try to help bring them down from whatever mental episode that they're having.
Hey, Marina, are you okay? I understand you got a toe that was smashed, right? Is that what he did?
Yes.
Okay, what did he do exactly to injure you? Did he break your toenail off?
No. I mean, he was trying to open the door. He was banging on the door, so I opened the door, and the door just went into my foot.
Does he live with you?
No, he just showed up unexpectedly.
Have you ever known him to use drugs?
No.
Is the way he was acting today, have you ever seen him like that before?
I would say he always had a propensity to kind of be vocal about things. He never done drugs.
She sounds like
to
she's
my
not
knowledge.
from. She sounds like she
You know,
got a bit of an
from what I
accent.
had known.
Sure. All right, when we're done here, if you change your mind and you want to pursue any charges, or if you just have questions that you want answered, I'd be more than happy to call you back, okay?
Thank you, officer. I appreciate it.
This is your building you caused damage to?
I am the project coordinator for the company.
Okay.
His sister lives in this house. There was a disturbance out back. We step out on this back porch. He's in the porch area at that point, and he is kind of yelling, hollering. And then his sister, she comes up and walks up on the porch, and he steps out onto the grass and just starts screaming profanities. At first I thought it was kind of at her.
Look how many police officers. Look how many cars there are. One driving by. There's two right there, and there's a third one over to the side there.
Nazis and bitches and whatnot. He's screaming
So the
about
same way
the
he was
cat.
acting there, he was doing
Exactly the
already
same
up
way.
front.
Screaming about the cat.
This is what he took? Where did he get
So
this from?
What we don't know. So what happens is we heard her inside, and he comes and he knocks, pounds on it a couple times. Third time.
Oh my gosh,
it was
she broke the
shattered
window.
and
Wow.
gone.
Holy
Okay. You want
cow.
to show us
He
the
was real
damage, what
mad.
took place here?
So you can see a little bit of the blood.
That was from him where he cut himself?
That is from her toe.
Oh, from her toe. Okay.
I don't believe that he actually cut himself. He comes up and
She's got blood
like
coming
I
out of her
said, this
toe. Yeah, he's
vicinity
obviously
over here,
banging.
that's why this isn't all busted. He hit it 1, 2, 3 times.
Were you in a position where you saw him attacking this window at all?
Yeah, I was standing right
I
there.
missed
You
it.
saw
Was
the
he
whole
using
thing?
the
Yeah.
was he using the fire
this?
extinguisher? Yeah, there we go.
And what were your thoughts at that point?
I was
That's
scared.
terrifying.
Okay. All right.
I feel bad for these ladies. It's terrifying.
First of all, I'm glad that you guys were able to get to safety and call 911 when you did. The biggest thing is that my fear was coming to this, that somebody was going to get seriously hurt. The details were starting to build in the call, and I'm glad you guys were all able to get to safety. We're able to get him some help today, and we'll figure out what caused this.
So what a great example of a police officer doing an investigation there at the end of the video as well, right? So this police officer gets a call from dispatch, responds to an aggressive person, and it was an unusual call, much less an unusual response, right? So they do the takedown, they use reasonable force in taking this guy down, and he just loses it, right? And so they respond to the threat, they subdue the threat, and then they do an investigation to try to figure out what's going on. And I mean, what did he do? He talked to the sister. He talked to the, it sounded like the property manager, and then another witness that was involved. And as he did the investigation, he saw blood on the ground. He saw he actually held the fire extinguisher that was the dispatch told him about, and he was able to connect the dots. Right, that this guy came. He had some kind of an episode, and as he talked to the sister said that oh, I've never seen him use drugs before, and I've heard him be aggressive. Now, just by looking at her body language and the way that she was responding to it, it sounds like she's done this before with him. It sounds like she's talked to the police before. She immediately told them that she doesn't want to press charges. So she understands that for the state to have a charge against him for felony battery or battery for attacking her, that she's got to be cooperative. And she's immediately telling them, I'm not going to cooperate with you. I don't have any interest in pressing charges, which almost completely destroys their case for battery. Now, that doesn't change the other people who were involved, right? The property manager, the other people that were living there, that lady that was there on the other side of the glass when he was destroying the glass with the fire extinguisher. He could still take him into custody for felony assault, right? I mean, he's trying to break into that building so so vehemently that he's breaking the glass. He's using weapons to do it. I mean, that's terrifying. So, but the thing is that the bigger picture here is that you've got a mental health patient. You've got what looks like a frequent flyer. He's probably picked up a lot. So it sounds like he's probably just going to get Baker acted, or whatever the Iowa version of a Baker Act is. He's going to be put in mental health custody for a while, let him cool off. So, it was a really good example of this police officer doing an investigation, and a really good example of the mental health issues that America faces that most people aren't exposed. So hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you on the next one.